And we're on.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. You are tuning into another episode of Casual Convo Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. My name is Tisha. I am one of the co-hosts along with my partner in crime, Nate, over here out of Rome, Georgia. And today we have the pleasure of introducing you to Jessica Williams. She's out of San Francisco, right, Jessica? Joining us from the Bay Area?
Yes, from the Bay Area. Technically, I'm in Fairfield, so I'm about 30 minutes away from the real Bay, but close enough.
You're close enough to the Bay.
Yes.
All right. Well, today I'm really excited about this topic because I think a lot of people are really in that job market, job seeking market. And Jessica is a career consultant with Jessica M. Williams Career Consulting. And today we're talking about job snatching in this unique job market. So, Jessica, giving it up to you. Thanks for being here.
Of course. Thank you both so much, Nate and Tisha. I appreciate you. I cannot wait to talk about this being a job snatcher's market. Everything is hot. You see positions flying, job seekers flying right behind it. So this is the perfect time. If you've thought about it, if you've been hesitant, this is the time for you to go and snatch your best role and get your money, get your bag.
Get your money. Get your money.
Yes. You want to get your money. This is the time. Companies are damn near throwing it at you. They're throwing it at you. It just depends on how you want to catch it.
Oh, this is going to be a fun topic. All right. And just real quick, if you are tuning into this live through LinkedIn, through YouTube, or through Facebook, then please, by all means, send us a little comment. Let us know that you are tuning in and where from. And if you have questions, don't be shy. Jessica is here to answer your questions, and she has a little gift for you at the end. So make sure you tune in for that. But Nate, I'm excited. Are you ready? Are you ready?
All right.
All right. Okay, let's get started with our first question, and away we go.
All right. Well, Jessica, thanks for coming on. And the first question I want to ask you is there's a lot of people out there looking for remote jobs after everything with COVID. Everybody's gotten used to it. It's no longer a stigma or a bad thing that it used to be. Over the past few years. What's the key? What are some things that people can do to snatch that perfect remote job that they're looking for to increase their career path?
Oh, this is a great question. So first, you have to make sure that you're actually good at tech. Let's make sure you know how to show up visibly, show up on live, and show up with your knowledge base in tech and visually being able to show up to work. So what you want to do is when you're looking for positions in the remote field, connect with remote workers. I think a lot of people forget that we can ask questions. We can ask remote job people, remote employees, how their job looks. What are the dynamics? What are the expectations? How were they able to adapt into that environment without challenges? Of course, there'll be challenges, but you want to make sure that you're able to position yourself as the best remote worker possible. And the only way to do that is to ask questions. I need to talk to remote employees. I need to know how you set up. Do you set up outside? Are you able to work in an office? Can I go and travel to New York? And where should I sit? How do I need to interact with people? Ask the hard questions to the people who actually sit in the positions that you want to hold.
Absolutely. I've told a couple of people that they're not the most tech savvy. They're kind of getting up in their age. They don't want to travel anymore. They don't want to put in all the grind. They just want to kind of start their path toward retirement, and work their last decade off or whatever. Their biggest question for me, coming from where I'm from, doing the software technology stuff, right, is always like, well, which one should I learn? And I'm like, well, it kind of depends on which one the company's using, first of all.
Exactly. And that's why you got to ask. You need to ask people who work where you want to work. If you want to work for Google, Zoom, whomever, ask what software they use. So I can start getting ready. Google is one click away. You can learn how to do some stuff. You can YouTube it. And if you have younger kids, nieces, nephews, make them show you how to do it.
I can get down with that. Well, and Google has a great commercial of ask us anything, how to start a business, how to get in a business. Like, I love that. It's so true. You have all those resources at your fingertips.
Literally one click away. Utilize them. That's one thing. Excuse me, Nate. I'm glad you brought that up. We don't use our resources.
No.
LinkedIn is a resource in itself. jumping on live, figuring out this system, because it's backwards. So I'm working, you'll notice me go like this to see where my best angle is. Practice. Nobody's going to judge you. Who cares? As long as you're showing up, being your authentic self, and figuring these systems out is the only thing people care about.
I mean, the reality of it is, even if you go into a job interview and you're like, look, I contacted somebody here that works here, I asked what software you are, they're only going to be impressed by that.
Because you're doing your due diligence.
You are.
Doing your due diligence. I want to work here. Tell me what I need to do to be the best competitive candidate that I can be. And if that's Googling you, figuring out what you use, by all means. It's not cheating. People, I don't want to, please. If I can get an advantage and be more competitive than you, I'm competitive at heart. I'm a basketball coach. I'm going to beat you. I may not know how, but I'm going to strategize to beat you, whether it's to get a job, to get an interview, or to get a salary increase.
I like it.
I'm going to beat you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm competitive.
No, I mean, it's that way. Like, I ask people questions all the time from companies on LinkedIn. I'll ask an employee, be like, I'm talking to someone about integrating with your software. Yep. Can we talk about it? Stuff like that. I talk to software developers out of the blue all the time about stuff like that. And they're not giving away trade secrets. It's just, hey, do you guys even allow software to be integrated with yours? It'll be a simple question like that.
And you're just giving me insight to leverage and position myself better. Exactly. And 9 times out of 10, everybody on LinkedIn is looking for something and aiming to help somebody else get better. So ask the hard questions.
100%. I can agree with all that. All right. So next question here. What is the value in refreshing your career marketing tools? The thing is,
snap. Snap.
Uh-oh.
Jessica, you're so animated. I love it.
I know. I can't help it. So I didn't mean to cut your question off. So what is
you're
the
good.
advantage?
You're good. Yeah. What should people do? Because, no longer can you send a resume in and get a job. Like, that's not going to happen anymore. You gotta get in there. You got to know people. You got to have some conversations. You got to get whatever leverage you can. Because like you said, it's competitive. I mean, there's plenty of jobs out there, but it's competitive still. Absolutely. So what are some things people can do to market themselves, create that social proof, for when because they're going to get searched. I mean,
heck yes.
Everybody gets looked at, so how can they do that? Especially people that really aren't into it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So most people know I'm the resume finesser. So I will always say finessing that resume, making sure that it has all of your leadership qualities, but that's on the back end. Get on Clubhouse, get on LinkedIn, start networking. The one thing that holds job snatchers back is confidence. I'm not confident enough to speak. I'm not confident enough to make myself visible. Make your presence felt. If you jump on a Clubhouse room, speak. Don't just sit in the audience. You want to make sure that jobs that you're looking at or companies know you exist. I don't know you exist. Some of us look at resumes all day. You could look at 250 resumes a day. And after a while, they all look the same. But if you send me a message on LinkedIn, if you connect with me on Clubhouse and say, hey, I saw you in the recruiter spotlight room, which is one of my favorites. Big tip. If you're on Clubhouse, you need to follow the recruiter spotlight room. And that's just one of them. But make your presence felt, make your presence known. We don't know you exist until you say something. And then that's when you slide them that finessed resume. That's when you slide them your cover letter. And you connect with them on LinkedIn, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stalk your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if we know any of the same people. I'm going to check out your recommendations to see how people see you as a professional. So that all comes back to competitive edge. Are you willing to do the due diligence to reach out, to connect, to make a genuine rapport? Because that's what leaves long-lasting impressions. So,
yeah. I have a question for you, Jessica. So this was in a poll that I saw recently on LinkedIn of should people be sending out video resumes? What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm like, me, like I love video. I'm all for it. But it was interesting because a lot of people said it depends or no. And I am so much this, like, how do you stand out? Like this, I was telling you about this AMA event that I went to, that I was emceeing. And I kid you not, I showed up and everybody was in a black dress. And I'm like, I'm not wearing black to this. I'm rocking red. And
right. You're going to see me coming.
And even at the end, the photographer is like, let's put Tisha right in the middle because she's in red and everyone else is in black. That's the same thing. It's like, how are you going to stand out in a crowd? So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. You too, Nate. Like if somebody, you have the sea of resumes that all look the same, like Jessica's like, I'm going cross-eyed looking at these. Mm-hmm. And when someone sends you a video message that's personalized to you that says, I'm really interested in this job, this is the leadership qualities I have, who are you going to pay attention to? Jessica?
Ooh, that is such a good question. So one, I'm still kind of old school. I'm about this whole, like, I'm going to send you this resume. It's snatched, so you're going to look at it. But I can definitely see the benefits of having a video resume because now I'm connected to you. This is that personal connection. This is that engagement. Some people can't convey their message on paper, which is okay. As long
Nate has gone down saying he's not a very good writer. What did you say? Your English teacher passed you because what? She just liked you?
Yeah, my story was entertaining, but I write exactly how I speak, which is very Southern and partial English. So,
it's that personal touch, though. Now, once I've seen a video of you, I think a lot of younger professionals are going to push that agenda, and I could see it working very well. Mm-hmm. I can see it being that standout quality because now I can hear how you speak. I can check out your demeanor. Yeah. I can see how you deliver a message. It could really work in your favor. Now, if you're fidgety like I am, you see I switch my hair, I move my face, I'm still trying to find my angle on this thing. But that's something you would have to practice at, right? You would have to figure out where your good side is before you filmed, how your ring light is going to look in your glasses, and if you're okay with that. And then really being able to look. Now, there's different kinds of looks, right? There's some looks where you're like staring through my soul. I don't want to see that when I'm looking at a video resume. Make it light. Make sure you're just letting me know who you are, what you're doing, and how you're going to come and shake ish up at my company. Straight and to the point, right? I could see video messaging becoming more popular. Mm-hmm. It's still very strange to me just because I'm used to that paper, slapping down a paper. Look, this is why I'm more competitive. This is how I have an advantage. Take this razzle dazzle and let's go. But I can definitely see doing these types of not interviews, but resume submissions and you becoming more of a target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's a good question. I could see this younger generation like, look, here's my video resume. Do what you want with it. Circulate it.
Yeah. No, I like it. Hey, I want to just give some shout outs to some people that are joining us on LinkedIn. We've got Luis Melendez, Nat Handler. Mark is on too. And Tia. And then for those of you who are tuning in live to this, make sure you say hello so we know you're joining us. But thanks, Jessica, for chiming in on that. I was always curious to see like what a career consultant would say. Is that acceptable or shaking ish up? Like you said, it's time to shake ish up. And
shake ish up.
Do you kind of, so there's this thought going on in my head. I read it in my book, Hustle, that said, the more risk you take, the less risk you have. And I really just like, I think I'm going to make that my talk today, but I liked that because it's like, take the risk. You don't know what's going to happen.
What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
Right.
The best thing is that you're putting yourself out there. You may not get that job, but they're going to remember you. They may circulate you to a partner.
Yeah.
So that way, now your presence is being felt. I love that line. I'm going to have to put that on my wall. I have a wall of career affirmations to get myself going.
Yeah.
So you got to do the things to make you stand out. Especially now, we just went through almost 15 months of people being at home, unfortunately, who lost their jobs.
Right.
Who are now back in the career market, who are now snatching jobs. How do you stand out from those people who've been hungry for a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to compete with people who kept their skills sharp? who continue to network, who continue to leverage the resources. What are you going to do? You're going to send that video resume. You're going to make connections with people on Clubhouse. Make sure you tune in to Job Connect on Tuesdays with Dan. Like, there's so many different resources. I don't know. You just take the risk. Talk to people. Message us. Absolutely. Ask us the hard questions. Ask us questions that make you uncomfortable. Heck.
I like you.
Thank you.
You're quite the personality, Jessica. You're fun.
Every single day. But it's honest. You want people, I want job snatchers to take ownership of their power.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to feel comfortable and confident to go out there and snatch those 100K positions, those positions that allow you to work from home so you can still watch your kids grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm not different, you won't be different either.
Absolutely. My personal take on it is, I think one, you need to do your research about who's interviewing you. You know, hop on LinkedIn and see if they're even on there. Because if they're not, chances are they're not going to deal with the video stuff. You know, they don't know how to put it on your computer and play it. It's just going to be, you know, lost on them. Another thing too is, like, you're going to have to look at, are you going through, you know, are you just emailing your recruiter or an HR manager, or are you going through one of the systems like ICANN or whatever, I forget the name of it. You know,
automated
through the ATS.
They're not taking video files into those submissions, so you're going to have to find some way around that. You know what I mean? So I think it's really just going to boil down to whether or not it works long term. I think it would be great if it would, but if it works long term, will determine if companies will be willing to accept them.
Well, Nate, you brought up a good point. If we have more seasoned leadership and executives, they don't give a dang about a video. But that brings up diversity and inclusion, right? You want to bring in the younger talent who knows, like, hey, I saw this video on TikTok, check them out. I saw the resume on Instagram, check them out.
Yeah.
So giving those opportunities to a little less seasoned professionals could really enhance your company.
Oh yeah, definitely. It could. It's just a matter of you
when
know,
and
it's
how.
kind of like me with sales. It's whoever that gatekeeper is that you got to get by. You got to figure out that way to make it work.
Right, exactly. You have to adapt to who you are appealing to.
You know, there's gatekeepers that I can send them a video-based PowerPoint and they love it. And then there's some that I send it to and they'll be like, I don't know how this works. Can you just call me?
Yeah.
Yes, because you get.
What did you say? Send a PowerPoint? Is that what
so like I'll do a pitch deck or a proposal or whatever. Every time I do something in PowerPoint, I record myself talking them through it because I don't trust people to just read it and get everything that they need. I can explain it better. That's why I like talking.
Yeah.
So what I do is, instead of just sending them paper where they're going to scroll down through it and look at the numbers and decide yay or nay, I like to go with, I'm going to walk you through this whole proposal, or I'm going to walk you through this pitch deck to talk about what we really can do for you.
And see, that makes you unique. That makes you unique. That's your gem. That's your razzle dazzle. Because a lot of people will send that PowerPoint and say, hey, good luck. Ask me any questions afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Right. And that might be an option for people to use for careers as well. You know, when they do those video resumes, like, add some slides to it so it's not just a talking head. You know, you can slide yourself down there. It's all done in one tool. You got your slides. You can show your work off, things that you've done, accolades. Yes,
your career portfolio. Create that career portfolio, because eventually somebody's going to want to see it. Right. If you're, you know, as a freelancer, you still have to showcase your work. As a consultant, I have to showcase my results. So having that career portfolio ready, you brought up a good point. Nate, you sure you don't do resumes and stuff?
I can help people build them, but I am not a career coach. I'm too simple for people sometimes.
Oh,
that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing.
For people. Oh, hey, I want to give a shout out to Tia Martin. Can you want to put her comment back up there, Nate? She said, that is exactly what I'm going for. Work from home and raise my children. 2 of those many hats we wear. So Tia, it's important that you recognize that what you're looking for, that what you won't settle for, right? That you try to find the right job opportunity that affords you that to be able to raise your children and work from home. So good. Yeah.
And we see that it's possible.
Right. Right. Are you two connected? Tia, you should definitely reach out to Jessica. I think she could help you with that.
We can shake some stuff up, Tia.
Yeah, shake-ish up. Shake-ish up. All right.
I have to catch myself. I have a potty mouth. And I was like, oh, it's ish. It is ish. You are live. Your mother could be watching this.
And then Nat with his comment too, he was talking about, you really do need to find a way to make yourself stand out. You can no longer just send a resume hoping that you clear the parser. You need to do your parser. I don't know what that is. You need to do your research, discover who the hiring manager is, and find a way to get in front of that person. So it's like we're talking about. So many of us want to send a resume out and it just goes into a black hole. And then we're like, all right, I guess I tried. That's
and then it diminishes your confidence. Like, dang,
sure.
Shoot, you didn't even respond. I'm hurt. But did you do your due diligence? Did you reach out to a team member? Did you reach out to a potential referral? Are you visible? Are you active on LinkedIn? Those are all things that play a part in this job search. You're not just, hey, I want to work for you. What do I do? Like, no, make comments on the company's page.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence. Find a team member in the department you want to work for. Ask them how it works. How can I get in contact with your hiring manager? People on these platforms want to help, but you have to ask the questions first. They're not going to seek you out.
Right. Yeah, no, that's an important point too. I like that. We talked about like just having a digital footprint because I know just even being a solopreneur, that people do seek you out. Nate, you know this too. People will seek you out. And if they see nothing about you and they can't get an idea of who you are, then you're already passed over. You have already lost.
They don't trust you.
They don't
trust you. You have no credibility whatsoever.
Yeah.
And people are nosy. So we like visuals. Show me what you've done. Tell me who you've worked with. Show me a piece of your work. Let me know in those recommendations, and it's okay to guide people in the recommendations that they leave you. Please note that as well. Right. Sometimes you tell people, hey, do you mind leaving me a recommendation? They may say, hey, Jessica's really good. Okay, cool. But at what? What did I do? Did I snatch your confidence? Did I increase your visibility? Did I push you out of your comfort zone to go upside down and find a new way into the job market? Guide people in the recommendations. Because you'll see, oh, she's great, she's good, he's great, they did this, but how? And you're absolutely right. Your digital footprint is everything. Right now, we're in a digital world.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't find you, I'm questioning, well, what the heck have you done?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck can you do for me? If I haven't seen what you can do for other people. We're nosy. Right. This is a nosy era. We are nosy. Give people something to look at.
That's nothing new. You just have new tools to be nosy with.
Now, this is true.
Everybody sitting on the front porch watching what everybody did in the neighborhood.
Yes. Now we're more creative, right? Yeah. Now I can find you on LinkedIn. I can go to your clubhouse and see who you follow. I can go to Instagram and see who you connect with, what pictures you're. Ooh, it is just too much. But it works out if you're a job snatcher.
It's too much.
If you're a job snatcher, leverage it to your advantage.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to bring up this comment too. If you'll add this, Nate, Tia's message here. But I'm reaching out and making myself known, but still nothing. Not giving.
It's a process, Tia. It is a process, and I hate to say it like that, but until people start to get comfortable with you, and sometimes they won't. 9 times out of 10, people on LinkedIn will reach back, and it also depends on who you're reaching out to. Make sure they're live. Make sure they're active. Make sure that they have a presence. Because a lot of the times they'll say, oh, I'm the recruiter for this, and their LinkedIn is more bare than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So pay attention to who you're reaching out to. And yeah, definitely don't give up. Sometimes it takes 100 no's to get that one yes.
Absolutely. No, it's, the thing is like prospecting for sales is really no different than trying to get a job with a resume, right? And there's tons of times where I'll come through a company and I'll have to get to the lower levels who have no decision-making power whatsoever before I find somebody who's actually active. But I can at least.
If there's a will, there is a way.
Mm-hmm, exactly. And another thing too is there's a lot of resumes being poured into some of these job portals. Like thousands of them, and people are not looking at all of them. So you can't get discouraged because you may not have even been looked at. You may have just been unlucky and you were number 1,000 or you were number one, whichever one that works, and you just, you got cut out of the mix. Or with all the different screening tools that are out there, you may have just didn't put the right words in your resume, and you might have just, missed the mark. I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes. So I wouldn't get discouraged about it.
Heck no. You just have to get more strategic and creative in your search. Like I will say it again, Clubhouse, they give you direct access to people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to watch me talk, but you can listen to me. And sometimes that's more comfortable for people. I hate people looking at me, but I jump on these lives anyway. And I make sure that my presence is felt. Whether I'm candid, whatever, you're going to remember me. You may remember my Golden Girls Cup, but these are all different pieces of me that you won't forget.
Yep.
Do the same thing in your job search. Make yourself visible. And yes, and I was looking at the comments. You're really close to that one yes, Tia. Just keep pushing. Get more creative in your search. Get more creative in your outreach. Like Nate said, I may have to start with somebody who cannot make a decision, but you could pass me along.
Mm-hmm.
You can put a word in for me. Just depends how you want to do it. And try all avenues. Try all avenues. Exhaust all of your resources.
Mm-hmm. I would say too that, we may have this idea that all of these people are on LinkedIn, but because like Nate said, there's now more tools to be nosier with.
Yes. Yeah.
That you do have to look at, like, just do a search for that. Do a Google. What do we talk about? There's a Google search. Mm-hmm. There's a Google search bar, guys. I don't know if you saw that, but if I typed in Nate Flood, I'm sure I could find a whole bunch of things where I could start doing some research if I wanted to work for Links. So that I could connect with him, like if he's not on LinkedIn, is he on another platform that I could start looking at his content and starting to make my presence known, like Jessica said, by engaging with him. So many of us, we stop with a like, and that's just blending in.
It is. It's blending in. You have to be bold and make a comment, whether you agree with their post, whether you disagree. Starting that conversation makes a difference. There's a lot of people who like our content. Okay, cool. But now if you say, Jessica, I hate your glasses. Now I'm going to engage with you. Now I want to know if you have a suggestion for different glasses. It starts with a little comment. It does not always have to be a disagreeing comment. Let me say that because I love these glasses.
I like your glasses. I say you rock them pretty well.
Thank you.
I'm like, did someone tell you they don't like your glasses?
Girl, everything. Everybody got an opinion, and we all know what opinions are. So, but that's how you start. You start by a little comment. Say more than 4 words. Say more than, oh, I love this. Okay, but what do you love about it? What caught your eye? Tisha put up that post. That dress caught my eye. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, and the chucks? Come through, sis. I was like, okay. And the comment follows. Do you like, but send a comment. Let them know, hey, those chucks look fly. Like, what's going on? Tell me what's going on in your mind to make me want to pay attention to you.
Yeah, and look at that. There's 40 conversations. I could start right there. And in fact, I reached out to one of the gentlemen because I see he's commenting quite a bit on my posts. And we've already sent messages. And I was like, I like that you're commenting. I'd really like to get to know you more. Can we set up a latte? And he was like, heck yeah. Like he was excited. So guys, don't be afraid to take the initiative. Like you take the initiative and ask the person, like, how do you think Nate and I started this?
Did it start on LinkedIn?
Yes.
See,
we didn't have LinkedIn yet.
I hit her up one day and was like, hey, how you doing? And it was just, did my best Joey from Friends impression there. Through text,
I love it. And it was genuine. Be genuine.
He's like, how do we collaborate? I'm like, I don't know, live streaming. And he's like, all right. And we went for it. Like 2 weeks later, we were on live without LinkedIn. Like we started with Facebook.
And it's been amazing.
For somebody to get me outside of my LinkedIn bubble was made up of a bunch of people who just weren't active. That was it. All my connections, they were very seldomly active at the time. And that's just what it had happened. And I was just like, I need somebody to kickstart some stuff here. I need to get out of my bubble.
Yep.
And I looked for somebody who was active. She was active. And I said, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to expand my bubble. That's it. However we can do that, let's do it. And so that's what we did.
you led with your intentions. It may have been uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to send messages. It's uncomfortable to send these voice messages, but I do it. You did it. You reached out. You didn't know what the heck she was going to say.
No.
She could have told you to go somewhere and how to get there, right?
Oh yeah. Exactly.
But you got to shoot your shot. Because if you don't shoot it, what do they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
There you go.
What did I tell you guys? The more risks we take, the less risk we have.
Yes, I like that. You got to text that to me because that's going on my
was
career affirmation.
That's in the Hustle book by Neil Patel. I read it and I was like, that is gold. That's gold right there.
That is gold. Oof, I am hyped now. Y'all got me ready to work.
All right, Jessica. Well, I know we are winding down on time and we want to give this opportunity to you to share some things that are coming up in your business and how people can connect with you in what we like to call the shameless plug. Go for it.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so everybody doesn't know, but I do Career Hustle and Flow on Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. with June and Valerie. Job Connect Tuesdays with Dan Roth, not that Dan Roth. And then, oh my gosh, Job Search Angels on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Both are on Clubhouse. One is on LinkedIn Live. Coming up, my courses will launch August 1st. So you can learn how to snatch a job and not snatch your hair out, right? If you want to connect with me, by all means, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find my website, jmwcareerconsultant.com. What else do I got? My Instagram, JMW Career Consultant. I'm very active, so send me a message. Let's connect. Only if you're ready for me to shake things up for you. I'm a little scary, so if you can deal with it, we'll be a great match.
I love it. And then you said you were offering up some career consulting or a discovery session, like a career discovery session. Nice.
Shoot me a message on LinkedIn. Tell me one gem that you caught from this casual Convo Friday, and it's me and you. We will do it. Awesome. I appreciate it.
All right. I hope everybody tuning into this live or on the replay takes advantage of this. I think you will be in good hands with Jessica. She knows her stuff. She knows how to job snatch that job in this market. So yeah, make sure that you reach out to her and connect with her. Do not just let it stay here, right? Okay, that's what we're talking about. Like, take the initiative, take the next step, go find that job. Tia, I hope you're already reaching out to her. And happy Friday, everybody. We hope you have a great weekend. We will not be on next week because I am headed to California. So Nate, we get the week off. But yeah, we'll be back in August with our special guest, Steve Ricks, joining us on August 7th about play in the workplace. That's what we're going to be talking about. So we hope you tune in. And thanks so much for being on with us today and catching the replay. Bye, guys.
Y'all have a good weekend.